The being finished speaking, and fixed his looks upon me in expectation of a reply. But I was bewildered, perplexed, and unable to arrange my ideas sufficiently to understand the full extent of his proposition.
You must create a female for me, with whom I can live in the interchange of those sympathies necessary for my being. I demand it of you as a right which you must not refuse.
The latter part of his tale had kindled anew in me the anger that had died away while he narrated his peaceful life among the cottagers. I could no longer suppress the rage that burned within me. I do refuse it. Shall I create another like yourself, whose joint wickedness might desolate the world? Be gone! I have answered you. You may torture me, but I will never consent.
You are in the wrong. I am malicious because I am miserable. You, my creator, would tear me to pieces and destroy my frame, the work of your own hands. Shall I respect man when he condemns me? If I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear and work at your destruction, nor finish until I desolate your heart, so that you curse the hour of your birth. What I ask of you is reasonable and moderate. I demand a creature of another sex, but as hideous as myself. We shall be monsters, cut off from all the world, but on that account we shall be more attached to one another. Our lives will be harmless and free from the misery I now feel. Oh, my Creator, make me happy. Do not deny me my request.
I was moved. I shuddered when I thought of the possible consequences of my consent, but I felt that there was some justice in his argument. His tale and the feelings he now expressed proved him to be a creature of fine sensations. And did I not, as his maker, owe him all the portion of happiness that it was in my power to bestow?
If you consent, neither you nor any other human being shall ever see us again. I will go to the vast wilds of South America. We shall make our bed of dried leaves. The sun will shine on us as on man, and will ripen our food. The picture I present to you is peaceful and human, and you must feel that you could deny it only in the wantonness of power and cruelty. Pitiless as you have been towards me, I now see compassion in your eyes. I swear to you that with the companion you bestow, I will quit the neighborhood of man. My evil passions will have fled, for I shall meet with sympathy. My life will flow quietly away, and in my dying moments, I shall not curse my Maker. When I looked upon him, when I saw the filthy mass that moved and talked, my heart sickened. I tried to stifle these sensations. As I could not sympathize with him, I had no right to withhold from him the small portion of happiness which was yet in my power to bestow. The love of another will destroy the cause of my crimes. My vices are the children of a forced solitude that I abhor, and my virtues will necessarily arise when I live in communion with an equal. I shall feel the affections of a sensitive being and become linked to the chain of existence and events from which I am now excluded.
After a long pause of reflection, I concluded that the justice due both to him and my fellow creatures demanded of me that I should comply with his request. I consent to your demand, on your solemn oath to quit Europe forever and every other place in the neighborhood of man, as soon as I shall deliver into your hands a female who will accompany you in your exile.
I swear by the sun and by the blue sky of heaven that if you grant my prayer while they exist, you shall never behold me again.
He suddenly quitted me, fearful perhaps of any change in my sentiments. I saw him descend the mountain with greater speed than the flight of an eagle, and quickly lost him among the undulations of the sea of ice. His tail had occupied the whole day, and the sun was upon the verge of the horizon when he departed. I knew that I ought to hasten my descent towards the valley, as I should soon be encompassed in darkness, but my heart was heavy and my steps slow. The labor of winding among the little paths of the mountains and fixing my feet firmly as I advanced perplexed me, occupied as I was by the emotions which the occurrences of the day had produced. Oh, stars and clouds and winds, ye are all about to mock me. If ye really pity me, crush sensation and memory. Let me become as naught. But if not, depart. Depart and leave me in darkness. The eternal twinkling of the stars weighed upon me. I listened to every blast of wind as if it were a dull, ugly siroc on its way to consume me.